So welcome everyone. Welcome to this evening's webinar organized by the Asian Journal of Law and Policy under MMU Press. And today we are very fortunate to have Professor Dr. Ramalinggam Rajamanickam with us to share on the topic of how to publish collaboratively and prolifically in law. Let me just have a quick introduction for Professor. Professor Dr. Ramalingam Rajamanickam is a professor of law at the Faculty of Law, Multimedia University. He obtained his Bachelor of Laws honors, Masters of Law, and Doctor of Philosophy in Law from the University of Kebangsaan, Malaysia, UKM. His main areas of expertise are the criminal and social justice system, which includes, among others, forensic law, law of evidence, education law, translation, as well as the Malay language and law. Professor Professor Ramalingam has more than 40 policy papers, over 120 index articles, more than 17 non-index journal articles, over 100 conference papers, 18 books, 32 book chapters, and 15 popular writing articles to his name. This clearly shows that Professor Ramalingam is highly prolific in his research and publication effort. I give you Professor Ramalingam. Prof.
Okay, very good evening. Thank you very much, Dr. Dennis, Associate Professor Dr. Dennis. Again, good evening to everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to share my slide first. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Dr. Dennis, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let us start with how to publish collaboratively and prolifically in law. This is just a sharing session based on my experience. Yes? Okay. I heard some noise, so I think it's some technical issue. Okay, when you talk about publication, publication is very important simply because in academic world, publication is no longer an optional. Because in academia, it's become a necessary, and it is important for us to publish because it shows our academic growth and impact. And in order to publish, you see what is very important is collaboration. And why this topic very essential for us? Number one, the culture now is whether you publish or perish. That's the culture now. Regardless whether you are an academic or you are a PhD candidate or you might be a master student or now you might be an undergraduate, because I saw an undergraduate student also here today with us. So in academic world, it is important for us to publish. And this become one of our regular KPI. And this is also important for your personal development. And what is very important, we can actually publish through collaboration. And this publication through collaboration can happen consistently. Despite heavy teaching loads and also administrative duties that we are facing now, I do take note that we are now facing heavy teaching loads. We are also facing quite a number of administrative duties. We have to key in marks, we have to attend meetings, non-stop meetings. But at the same time, you can publish consistently throughout the year. How you can do that? Of course, through collaboration. That's why collaboration is very important. When you talk about collaboration, it's about your networking. With whom you are actually building your networking and how you use that networking impactfully in your publication. That's about collaboration. With regards to prolific publication, meaning that you are publishing consistently and with impact. Yeah, impact research is very important. Through impact research, you can go for impactful publication. And what is very important, you must publish consistently. You don't publish this year, next year you stop, then you publish again. A good academics must publish consistently throughout the career. Yeah, that's also very important. Why do we need to publish? The next issue. Why we are talking about publication? Why publication is necessary? Yeah. Why we need to publish? What is the relevance of publication to our career? Number one, of course, you know it can contribute to knowledge. By right, publication become part and parcel of academic work. Simply because when we teach, we do research. Yeah, because research for the purpose of, of course, understanding the subject matter, and we develop slides based on that. We develop tutorial question based on that, and after that, we actually conduct lecture for our students. That's actually a basic research that we are doing. Based on the research, definitely we can contribute to knowledge. And how you contribute? Other than giving lecture to your students, we can also develop paper based on that. We can develop paper. We can do that. And if you look in terms of publication, publication can impact society and policy. Many policy making actually starts from a publication. People read your article, people read your conference paper, people read your thesis. Then after that, they start to think about policy reformation. So policy making actually start with a good publication. And if you look also in terms of publication, our publication from the academic world have been a good reference to the court as well. The court of law use academic journals, use our article journals as a reference to case decision. It has been evident in Malaysia, for example, few articles from our colleagues in Malaysia have been referred by the judges in making decision pertaining to certain issue. And next, we can also look the importance of publication from the perspective of establishing academic credibility. You can be very good lecturer in the classroom, but in order to be very good academic, we must actually go for publication. You must publish simply because your publication can actually enhance your academic credibility. How it can enhance your academic credibility? Because it can actually demonstrate your expertise. It can actually show your research capability and also your intellectual leadership in your field of expertise or field of interest. Some of us, we might be developing our early career development. We are actually in that stage. If you are in the early stage of your career, then what you do, you have your field of interest, or we call that areas of interest. But those are seniors here. For example, Prof. August Suyitno is here. Prof. Manik is here. Prof. Dennis is here. Those are seniors. These seniors, they have their areas of expertise. But juniors, for example, Mr. Arvind is here, Ms. Vanaja is here. Those juniors, I think you are developing your career. So you have your area of interest or field of interest. You get to develop your area of expertise. Other than that, as I mentioned earlier, publication also very, very significant for career advancement. It is important for your promotion, like you are an academic, it is important for your promotion. Of course, because it has become your KPI, it is evaluated on yearly basis. It is also evaluated for giving any awards. That's also evaluated when you want to go for your professorship, associate professorship, or you want to be promoted as an academic, or you want to join an academic world. In the academic world, you need publication as well. But different institutions have different criteria. For example, MMU, Multimedia University, have different criteria compared to the National University of Malaysia, UKM. And other than that, why publication is a matter? Simply because publication can increase your visibility and reputation. publication, particularly in index journal, yes, but specifically in Scopus and Web of Science, can actually increase your visibility. How you are known to the international audience. How you are known? Definitely through your publication. Or other than that, definitely publication is not the only way. How we are known to the people at large. Yeah, people might know us through our conference participation, through our publication, through our seminars, talk, speeches, and etc. But publication it's always become an easy tool for the visibility and reputation. And this is actually permanent in nature, in the sense that once you publish, you have DOI to your article is indexed, is there in the database, and people can read that regularly. So it's there. So people can always access to the journal. So people can read that. Based on that, your visibility will always become very impactful, and your reputation is known to the public at large, not only locally, but also internationally. Other than academic reputation, your publication can also increase institutional reputation. Institutional reputation means, let's say I publish now with the affiliation of MMU, particularly Faculty of Law. Definitely when we keep on publishing, then the institution name, that is Faculty of Law and Multimedia University, will be known to the public at large. In fact, now this year, I published few articles. I actually included affiliation of Faculty of Law MMU, and now it is actually mentioned everywhere in the articles. So it is also important for institutional reputation. And particularly now we are actually moving towards ranking. Ranking is very important, regardless whether it's QS ranking, Times ranking, or Malaysian-based ranking. But what is very important, these can actually enhance your institutional reputation. Other than that, based on your publication, sometimes it's also attract funding. What the meaning of attract funding? People read your article, people contact you, people say, can you actually do additional research or in-depth research on this particular issue? Because your expertise will be known to the others. So based on that, people will contact you. I, in fact, received few grants in that particular way. I publish, I conduct research, I write articles, and from that, people actually contacted me, and people say, can you do research on this particular area? That's also very important. Other than that, publication is very important because it can develop critical thinking. Critical thinking is not one-off. It's always developed from time to time. So publication can actually sharpen your analysis, because different publisher requires different level of analysis in terms of article. An article journal not necessarily very, very critical in nature. It depends actually, it depends on the journal. Let's say you are targeting international journals, Scopus, Web of Science, definitely the critical thinking must be higher. But when you're publishing, for example, in different kind of journal, sometimes even a descriptive journal, is a descriptive journal article, or a very limited form of analysis can be published in that particular journal. Depend on the journal itself. Sometimes we do have exploratory article in which you are writing a very basic idea in the article because you want to give knowledge about this particular area to the legal field. For example, I have written article on pathological evidence in the courtroom. I've written article on entomological evidence in the courtroom. I've written article on forensic linguistic as a criminal investigation tool in law. So this kind of article, you can start with descriptive writing, and you can put some sort of analysis in order to sharpen the article. But it is not purely analytical article. But this article, if you ask me whether publishable or not, yes, it is publishable. But whether you can go for index journal, definitely no. simply because it's very, very descriptive. But some journals, they are interested to publish this kind of article. Why? Because you integrate two areas in one article. For example, I integrate law and medical. I integrate law and forensic linguistics. I integrate law and entomological evidence. So here, people are interested to read where you have interdisciplinary journal article. Then other than that, publication is very important to preserve and share expertise. It can actually preserve your expertise as well as you share your expertise. Now you can see that not all kind of expertise are available. Science is developing. Day by day, there are many advancements in scientific field. But we, in terms, particularly in law, we actually stick to those traditional field of expertise. But now, what I feel that we must actually improve and enhance our field of expertise based on the current development. Those days we have medical law. Very clear, medical law is actually very traditional field of expertise as well. But now you see, we are focusing on traditional and complementary medicine. But not many law schools in the world teaching TCM, traditional and complementary medicine, as one of the course in their faculty. That's also very important. And not many people are doing research on this particular TCM area. I've done one book and few articles on TCM, but this area is yet to be explored by Malaysia as well as international academics from the legal field. And other than that, for example, when you're talking about fingerprint, footprint, now we already have earprint as an evidence in the courtroom. Earprint. But this field is very new. Not many people write about earprint in legal field, particularly in law. We can conduct interdisciplinary research by way of collaboration with other people. That can also be done. And other than that, we are talking about AI. Everybody discuss about AI. But AI you can discuss in different field now. AI in TCM, AI in evidence, AI in cybercrime, or AI in, for example, you can go for tourism, AI you can discuss in education law, AI in other kind of laws as well. How this impact all the legal field, and you can go and develop different area. Why you need to identify different areas as well. This might not be your area of expertise, but this can be your area of interest as well. Because novel area always receive greater attention from the journals. So you can go for novel areas in this context. Okay, other than that, you see why publication is important, because law always evolves. Law is not a static. Law is something life, or law always evolves, is change. Law always change from day by day, depending on what actually the changes. For example, in Malaysia now, you can see every year, the required number of reformation of law being done by the government. So now you see the law constantly evolve, so you can use that as your materials to actually write and publish. That's why publication is very important. Who's supposed to actually publish about this? Of course, the academic. We need to do that. And other than that, of course, you can inspire future scholars. You see, many PhD scholars, they actually get their PhD topic through journal articles, actually, through journal articles. Those are reading a lot. What they do, they read the journal articles, then they find the issues there. From that, they develop their PhD topic. And you see, your publication now also contribute to future scholars as well. This is very, very important. Remember one thing, publishing is not merely about KPIs. It's about contributing to society, shaping legal development, and also is for the purpose of increase the visibility and reputation, not only the academics, but also the institution. Okay, moving to next one. There are quite a number of myths about publishing. Yeah. Number one, good scholars work alone. This is always, yeah, we heard. Yeah, we always heard this. Yeah, good scholars work alone. You must remember one thing. Yeah, nowadays, strong research is built through teamwork and collaboration. Teamwork and collaboration are very important in order to produce strong research. So the myth of good scholars work alone, yeah, does not work anymore. Number two, you need extraordinary intelligence to publish. You see, publication requires, yeah, of course, what is important is, of course, diligence. You must be diligent. And at the same time, you must remember one thing. Yeah, good writing and research skill, yeah, are learned, not just inherited. Yeah, you can always learn and develop the skill. Skill of researching, skill of writing. This is very important. Researching, writing, and then publishing. That's important. You can research, you can write, but you must also know how to publish. Publish means finding the right journal and how to address them, what should be done. All those things must also be understood. Next myth is actually you must wait for inspiration. You cannot wait for inspiration. You start now. Yeah, you start now. While you are reading, you can start to think what to do next, what to do for your publication. You don't wait for inspiration. Yeah, we don't have time to wait. World actually moving very fast, but you are still waiting. Yeah, that is not actually a good attitude. Last but not least, only senior academics can publish widely. Now it is proven that, yeah, not only seniors, but also junior academics can also publish widely at the local and international level. Anyone with commitment, anyone with persistence can actually publish, regardless whether you are senior, you are professor, you are associate professor. If you want, you can publish. So what is very important? Start now. Start now, then you can actually publish. How to write faster in legal research. What is very important now, you see, in order to write faster, what is important now? You must always find collaborator. You must find your collaborator. What normally people do in academic work? Legal academics normally overread and actually underwrite. Yeah, we keep on reading because law is evolving subject. So we keep on reading. Like, you see, you are teaching criminal law, you are teaching tourism, you are teaching copyright. You see, whenever you teach, you know there are cases that have been decided, almost every day. And there are also quite a number of development at the international level. So you keep on reading. You keep on reading, but you don't write. Yeah, that's actually a common problem now. So what is very important, yeah, you must always have your strategy. Always have strategy. You must write while researching. Yeah, when you read, you get an idea. Write the idea first. Then you can use the idea later. Okay. Then what is very important? You must also make outline, use any templates, use any citation software. Those also very relevant for you. And how you can do this? Of course, by way of collaboration. Yeah. Collaboration always can make you write faster. How collaboration can make you write faster? Because you can actually share your workload. Let's say now I'm writing alone. When I write alone, I have to write from A to Z, the complete article, 1 to 10. I have to write everything. But now, when I collaborate with someone, when I collaborate with few people, let's say I'm collaborating with Prof. Agus, I'm collaborating with Dr. Manning, I'm collaborating with Dr. Dennis, 4 of us now. So meaning that when 4 of us are writing, when you put an equal calculation, each of us are writing 25% of the paper. Instead of writing 100%, now I only have to write 25% per article. But collaboration doesn't work in that way. This is only simple formula in which I write 25, Dr. Dennis write 25, Prof. August write 25, Dr. Manick write 25%. But collaboration can also be like this. I'm writing 75%, Dr. Manick write another 10%, and Prof. August and Dr. Dennis writing at the remaining part. It also can be done. Or I write 85%, Dr. Manick 5%, Prof. August 5%, Dr. Dennis 5%. Depend on the agreement between the collaborators. There is no hard and fast rule, no formula saying that everyone must contribute equally in terms of percentage. No such thing. It depends on the article itself. Let's say this article mainly on criminal law, but I need some other points as well. So I find collaborators to add on, knowledge on that particular part. So I need the other three just now. But let's say the article actually mainly on cybercrime. Then Dr. Manick will be the leading author. She will write most of the part, let's say, and we actually will top up, complement Dr. Manick in order to complete the article. So that's actually collaboration. So through collaboration, you can write faster simply because you can share your reading materials, you can share your drafting of the article, and you also can share reviewing of the article itself. So when you write, somebody else can read. When I write, somebody else can read. So we can actually do it together. So rather than you publish one article in 1 year, if let's say you have 5 collaborators with you, including you, 5, maybe you can actually publish minimum of 5 articles per year. Why like that? I lead one article, Dr. Dennis one, Prof. August one, Dr. Manick one, Justin another one, for example. When 5 of us collaborating together, there will be 5 different articles because each one of us leading one article, but we are also contributing to other article written by our colleagues. So that's why you can write faster in law if you go for collaborative approach. Finding the right collaborator. Now the problem is how to find the right collaborator. Finding the right collaborator is always very important because good collaborators are reliable, responsive, on time, very, very ethical, and not just mention, oh, you just put my name, you just include my name, I will include your name. That is not the meaning of collaborators. Collaborators must contribute significantly to the article. And the right, good collaborator is always committed one. It's always committed. So collaborators should actually complement each other. I compliment you, you compliment me, the others compliment us. So meaning that we are supporting each other. So that's very important. And you see why collaborators is very important. We have different expertise. Some are very sharp, some have very sharp eyes. They can find mistake. Some are very, very critical compared to us. Although I can be critical in terms of writing, but Dr. Dennis might be more critical than me. So having Dr. Dennis on board will always help me to actually sharpen my writing, enhance my analysis in the article. And you see, when you have different eyes looking to one article, the article becomes better and better day by day. And you must always avoid collaborators who always delay in terms of revert back the article to you. Delay sometimes have reasonable justification. When there is a reasonable justification, then okay. But let's say that reasonable justification is also for quite a number of times. Then you need to rethink whether you need to collaborate with the person for that time being or not. It doesn't mean that you must stop collaborating with the person, but you can collaborate with him in the future. But now, whether you need him on board or not, because since he's very busy, let him finish up his work, then he will come back, then we can continue. That's the meaning of collaboration. So you must also see when the collaborator create conflict over authorship, then it is also better to avoid. Avoid those are creating conflict over authorship. Why is very important? Because authorship, letter will become an issue. Who want to be the main author, who want to be the corresponding author, who want to be the second author, third author, and etc. So you must have a good agreement between the collaborators so that your journey of article writing can be very smooth. But how to find your collaborator? Definitely through conferences. We are going to conference. When you present, people always get connected to you. And you must always be proactive to actually connecting with people. I got many collaborators through my connection. Conference is very, very important. Those are doing PhD, make sure you go and present. Academics, you must at least find few conferences in a year and you go and present. It's possible, physical presentation is important. If not, hybrid. But virtual mode doesn't create much collaborators because you don't interact with people. But physical presence in the conference will allow you to interact with the people. You can find many physical conference locally. Go and collaborate with them. You might be interested to collaborate with someone, and vice versa. That person also, maybe other people will be interested to collaborate with you. Other than conference, postgraduate students always is a very, very important resource for us. Our good collaborators are our postgraduate students. I publish more articles, particularly index journals, with my postgraduate students. You see, they are very good in research. We can guide them in terms of research. Some of them might have problem in terms of language. We can help to edit. We can also guide them. You can add points here, you can add here. We can guide them all the processes. And later, you can see that the article can be published. Let's say you have 10 postgraduate students. One publish one article per year. By right, you have 10 journal articles per year. But doctor, I don't have any PG student. I don't have any postgraduate student. I only have 1 or 2 postgraduate students now. What should I do? Remember one thing, bear with me. My strength, my strength is always my undergraduate student. My undergraduate students are my strength. I publish quite a number of books with my undergraduate student. I publish quite a number of index journal with my undergraduate student. In fact, quite a number of research assistant for my research, even in terms of policy making, all are my undergraduate students. So undergraduate students, they are very, very IT savvy. So what you do, you utilize them. How to utilize them? You teach them how to do. You guide them one by one. I want you find article on this. I want you find cases on this. I want you to do this. You guide them. Later, what will happen? They will come up with the first draft. Return back to them. Ask them to improve. Finally, you can see that out of, let's say you have 50 undergraduate students in your course, out of 50, at least 20 articles, at least you see, at least 20 articles or 20 so-called assignments are publishable. So that's actually your source of collaboration for me. Don't always think academic must collaborate with another academic. Academic must collaborate with industry. Academic must collaborate with PG student. But you can also collaborate with, as I mentioned to you, your UG student. Undergraduate students are very, very good. Remember this thing. In fact, I have quite a number of best paper awards from my undergraduate students. They are very good. They are equally very good. There's no such thing saying that, PG students, they are better than undergraduate. Academics are better than undergraduate. It is always depend on the effort, diligence, whether they are passionate about that or not. I've seen quite a number of undergraduate students who are very, very passionate about researching and writing. Use them wisely, but include their name in the article. Don't take their materials. Although you assisted, you also contributed in the article. Don't remove their name. Maintain their name. Then other than that, research grants. Research grant is actually one of the ways to actually collaborate with people. When people ask you to join research grant, people invite you to actually join task force, please join. Please join. When you join, later you can actually build up your networking. From that, you can find your collaborators. Other than that, of course, interdisciplinary, what we call that centers. Now we have quite a number of research centers, or it can be teaching centers, or it can be, maybe what any interdisciplinary based research groups. So join those centers, those groups. Then from that, you can find collaborators from different field, but related to the same area. Then other than that, international networks. How to go for international networks? There are many ways. Of course, you can directly go to the website, find the email address, email them properly to say that you are interested to collaborate. But most of the academics at international level, once you email them, they will look to your profile as well. You need to provide your Scopus ID, maybe your Web of Science ID, your Google Scholar, maybe some of your journal articles, since they want to collaborate with you. That's one of the way. So alternatively, what you can do, you can go for the young academics at the international level. So you can collaborate with them. And what is very important, you see, we have LinkedIn now. We have our LinkedIn. Go and find collaborators in LinkedIn. I got quite a number of collaborators through LinkedIn. I received quite a number of PhD theses through my networking in the LinkedIn. They noticed my stuff. They contacted me. I've read quite a number of theses from India, quite a number of theses from Indonesia, simply because they know me through LinkedIn. So that's the way to collaborate. You see, there are quite a number of ways to collaborate. Don't stick to one. The next one, models of collaboration. There are quite a number of models. Number one, senior junior collaboration. This is more on mentorship. Yeah, mentorship. What is mentorship? The senior mentoring the junior. Since you are senior, you mentor the junior. How you mentor? You know you have your expertise. Group those juniors under your expertise, groom them, guide them properly. My expertise is criminal and social justice. So what normally I will do, I have my group. So I will group them under my supervision. So I will keep on guiding them to do. So mainly what we will do, we will start to write. We will invite them to join. Then through the guidance, they will learn. This is not to say that the senior is always better than the junior. It's not like that. We have the experience. Our experience can be very useful to the youngsters. So we can also transfer the skill to them. That's number one. Number two, interdisciplinary collaboration. This is where you collaborate in different areas. Law and AI, law and medicine, law and economics, law and criminology. You can actually collaborate in different areas. There are quite a number of people who are interested to do collaboration in terms of writing. So do that. I've written also article on spina bifida. Spina bifida is actually purely medical area. But how I joined, they want to look to the legal aspect of it. Whether these spina bifida patients are protected under the Malaysian law. Whether they are classified as disabled people. So whether they are covered under our OKU law. So that also interdisciplinary collaboration. Other than that, of course, comparative law collaboration. Indonesian researcher contacted me. They want me to write on Malaysian law. And they write on Indonesian law. So we combine in one article, we write comparative law journal articles. Or we write together with academic from India, researchers from India, then we write a comparative article, or maybe we write with UK, US, any part of the world. What is very, very important is you collaborate between different jurisdictions because you want to share diverse legal perspective. You want to write about more, what we call that, more wider scope in terms of writing. Most of the Scopus journals, they are looking for wider audience. A journal article with wider scope because it can attract wider audience. That also can be done. Last but not least, as I mentioned to you, grant-based team research. And this is where we always have our research team and we always apply research grant together. So now this team can always publish together. This is very simple method because the funding for the publication is available. So you can use that, then you can publish. Then move on to local and international collaboration. So you can always go for local and international collaboration. Start with the local first. Local means don't go outside of your institution first. First, build your networking inside your institution first. We are at MMU, for example, we must have our team at MMU, number one. After that, you expand your collaboration to other university. MMU, we have law faculty. We want to collaborate with, for example, UKM. We want to collaborate with UM. We want to collaborate with UITM. We want to collaborate with law school. You can do that. Other than that, no, we want to collaborate with not law school. We want to collaborate with others. Also can be done. You can collaborate with faculty of business, with the faculty of AI and engineering. You can collaborate with UNIMEL. You can collaborate with any other institution locally. So this one you can always do. But whatever it is, start from now. And not everyone can simply go and collaborate. That's why you need your team inside. Then you can start to collaborate. Yeah, there are many ways to collaborate. Yeah, you can do that first. Yeah, that's why I say go and join social media, particularly, for example, LinkedIn, professional for us. So you can connect with the people. From that, people will know you, then you can start to collaborate with them. Then you can go for international collaboration. You see, quite a number of universities internationally, they are looking for academic from other countries. Why? One of the requirements for their university, the KPI is you must always publish with another collaborator that is from international institution. So for example, from Indonesia, they contact us, they want us to join author with them because they need international author. India, for example, we are writing with them because they want international author. Use that opportunity. That opportunity can actually help you to expand your networking, to expand your collaboration. But normally this kind of opportunities, always available for associate professor and also professors. But what these professors and associate professor can do, you can also tell the collaborator, can I invite one of my young academic to be part of the article? They will allow that. Try to negotiate. Bring together your junior. That's the mentorship just now. Mentorship not only in terms of guiding them to publish, but also bringing them together in your research, bringing them together in your collaboration. You can do that as well. And collaboration without borders creates stronger academic and social impact. You see, when you publish like that, that article always get more readings, more visibility, and that also can help us. This one is very, very important because you can also learn from other institutions at the international level. See how people are writing. See how people are using theories. See how people are actually using a different method in terms of writing. Okay, another 2 more slides. The next one, building research culture. In order to publish, what is very important? You need to build the culture. Culture is actually matters more than the talent. You have the talent, but let's say you don't have the culture in your institution, then your talents can go nowhere. Simply because the research culture will create an environment where everyone will participate in the research and everyone will involve in terms of writing. So in order to build the research culture, what is very important, the institution must always have writing groups. They must encourage writing groups. There must be strategic planning to actually form research groups. Research center is one thing. Under the research center, there must be research groups. And you cannot simply put, oh, Prof. Rama or Dr. Rama, you must write with A. You must write with B. I might be comfortable, but not the other person. Not necessarily everyone will be comfortable to write with anybody. You see, so chemistry must work. Chemistry very, very important. So different people will think in different way. So let them find their mentors. That's also very important. Let the junior academics find their mentors. They can form the group. Then from the group, then you can actually start to think about how to publish. You can actually brainstorm ideas. You can discuss what to do. You can plan for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can start. Don't wait for others. If you are mentoring someone, you can start first. But the culture must be created. And other than you have writing groups for you, but don't put 10 people in one group. You cannot have quite a number of authors in one paper. That might be normal for scientific areas, but not for law. Because some journal articles, they already put limitation. 3 authors, 5 authors. If no limitation, then okay. But this one also you must understand, we are dealing with ethical writings. So ethical issues can always arise in terms of writing. So you need to monitor that. Then publication clinics. There must be publication clinics. Publication workshops, clinic, time to time, you must do that. Regular seminars. Regular seminars also very, very important. But don't wait until you go, you see, you don't wait until they conduct the seminars. You can prepare your paper or draft first. Then you can actually think about seminar. Number one, you give brief, maybe the talk. Then the next seminar, you can go and check maybe the content of the paper. The third one can go for enhancement. The last one, you can find the right journal. The next one, you can start to submit. Then rejection or what, that's next issue. But you can start first. Then you can also go for accountability culture. Then you can also go for very proper mentoring system. People try to do mentoring system. But you see, mentoring system cannot work as we think. It's always depend on the mentor and the mentee. And both of them must have good chemistry. And mentoring not only in terms of publication, teaching, publication, collaboration, research, and last but not least, that also for the purpose of promotion of the academic. What is very important, you must always consistent in writing. You see, in terms of publication, Norman is an island entire of itself. We cannot go for sole authorship now. Now, what is very important, interdisciplinary is very important. We need quite a number of minds working together to produce an article. Because now, with that, you can go very fast. You can publish very fast. You can also build your career very fast. And other than that, whenever you do research for your classroom, you do research for any other purposes, but always remember, you can kill 2 birds by 1 stone. Preparing for your lecture notes, then take that particular materials, develop and publish. You can start with very simple, very descriptive article, then you can actually improve from that. With that, thank you very much. Dr. Dennis, I'm done.
Oh, thank you, Prof. Well, I think we have some time for question and answer. Anyone who has a question, maybe you can raise your hand. Yes, Kai Jie, I can see one hand. Kai Jie.
Hello, Prof.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Good evening. Yes.
Yes.
My name is Kai Jie, and I just graduated from MMU before Prof joined. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I'm with Monash now, and I'm also working closely with Dr. Dennis on a few projects. My question is, what is the usual workflow to produce a paper from scratch, and roughly how long does it take to produce a paper from ground up? And that's number one. And number two is, as academic, we like Prof mentioned just now, we are all perfectionists in to a certain extent. So you often end up with a lot of delays and amendments to a draft. from 3 months to 6 months to up to a year, because someone thinks that it's not good enough, or we should change the direction of the article after spending a few months on it. So what are your experiences, if you can share with us? And thank you for the informative talk.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kaiji. It's like this. Number one, what actually the processes involved in the publication of an article. You see, normally we start with ideas first. You must have your ideas. Brainstorm the ideas. How I get my ideas normally. I read, I talk to people. Sometimes when you teach, you see, you can get idea from your student. How you get ideas from your student? Student ask a question in the classroom. When you conduct your lecture, they ask question in the classroom. That question asks you to think. Oh, this is true. It is so provided in the law. That you can, that you can take as the idea to start. So there must be idea, number one. From that, you can start to write the idea in the form of topic. From that, what you can do, you can generally draft the outline for the content first. Outline for the content. Then you can start to actually find the materials. And from the finding up, when you find the material, you see, sometimes what people do, even in writing PhD thesis as well, even write article. We read one article, we write first, then for the second subtopic, then we open up the same article again if relevant. But my style of writing is not like that. That's why I ask you to draft the outline first. Number one is introduction. Number two is research method. Number three is what subtopic, the law governing blah, blah, blah. Number four is this. Number five is this. Number six is this. When you write like that, when you read one article, you know whether the content is relevant for subtopic 2, subtopic 3, or subtopic 4. Let's say it's relevant, then you can actually take that and put under the subtopic. That's one of the way. You see? This one also, my style of writing, I will just copy paste first with references first under the subtopic. Then I read all the articles, all the materials, website. Then I copy paste. I will put that. When you look to your draft now, the copy paste draft with the reference, you already have, let's say, 20 pages or 30 pages. What you do now, take the first subtopic, read everything again. Now write in your own sentences. Or if you need that quotation is very important, you can maintain the quotation as quotation and include the reference as well. So you include all the references, but you can rewrite in your way. You see, if this is the process that you follow, then you can complete your article as soon as possible. In terms of timeline, what is the timeline? You see, you depend, they depend on you. I can even write, let's say, I can write even one article within 1 month. I even have taken 2 or 3 months to write one article. It depends on the subject matter. Like you might be writing one article in 1 month. Because you have already collected all the materials. It's also depend on your reading skills, how you read, how you analyze the materials, then how you actually extract that. If you use tools, then you can go very fast as well. So 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, depending. But for me, if you write one article for 6 months, it's already very long. 1 month is quite common. 2 or 3 months, acceptable. But other than that, for me, it's quite difficult. Because you see, that's why we said you must publish in collaboration with others. When you publish with others, then you have other people to go for check and balance. So there, people will guide you as well. So I think 3 months is maximum, but when you're actually developing day by day, later you can find out 1 month also enough to write an article. But depend on the subject matter, as I mentioned to you again and again. Doctrinal article may be enough 1 month, but you're doing empirical as well, it will take time as well. Even empirical sometimes can go more than 6 months as well. Depend. Then you said number 2 about perfectionist. Some of us are very, very perfectionist, I know. We are very, very perfectionist. But you see, in terms of writing, there's no right or wrong. It's always about how you write. For some journals, they might be interested in your style of writing. but some journal might be interested in my style of writing. So there is no hard and fast rule in terms of writing style. So it's actually very, very unique according to the journals as well. So how to, if you feel that you are very, very perfectionist, what you do, look to the journal that you are targeting. Look to the journal, read some of their articles, the way they are actually written, and you know, oh, this kind of writing style are acceptable by the journal. So you can write. And in terms of when you say perfection, again and again, collaboration works. Believe me, collaboration works. Because when you write in collaboration with others, so you are saying you are writing with Dr. Dennis, but the problem now, you and Dr. Dennis both are perfectionists. So when both are perfectionists, then the problem would be, of course, both are looking for very perfect draft. But if you take another one who can actually read, say, okay, we try first. I think this is already enough. So you can submit, you can get review, then you can get improved. You see, none of the journal accept our article as it is. Very, very difficult. Scopus accept as it is. Every academics have different views. So they will give based on their views. So for me, there's no hard and fast rule in terms of writing. So perfectionists, I think, don't put too much of perfection in your article, because by end of the day, once it is reviewed, you will get back a revision, you will get back a recommendation, and you have to improve the article. Sometimes perfectionist is not within the scope, the article get rejected as well. It's very, very common. So try to find collaborators who can actually balance your perfection. I mean, since you all are perfectionists, then who can balance you all? I think that's also very, very important. Is that okay?
Thank you, Prof.
Okay. Any other questions?
Prof.
Yes,
Prof.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about how much time we should put in? Obviously, we would like to put in as much time as possible. But realities is that a lot of urgent things always come in front, and then we writing becomes when I cleared this urgent thing, and tomorrow there's suddenly another urgent thing comes out, and things gets pushed aside. How do we deal with that
Thank you, Dr. Dennis. Dr. Dennis, I also face the same thing. You see, those days when I was very young academics, I'm used to write 3 conference paper in 1 week. I used to write 3 conference paper in 1 week simply because I'm very young at that on that time. I don't have any much administrative duties. I do teach. I come back. I write papers. That's the time that we have. Then after that, when you become senior or you are junior, but you have so many classes, you have administrative duties. Nowadays, our KPI is not only this consultation, giving talk, invite people to give talk, so many things. Then I change my strategy now. That's where I actually addressed just now. Try to find your collaborators, number 1. Number 2, other than that, you see, as I mentioned to you, your PG student, guide them. I know some PG students can be very, very challenging, but you can guide those are actually very good, or those actually they have passion to do. Guide them, ask them to do, because we cannot start from paper from zero, do it 100%, then you want to publish 10 papers in a year. I even cannot do that now. So what I do, I still have my collaborators in UKM, I have my collaborators in Indonesia, I quite a number of undergraduate students still are writing with me. So what I do, I actually use them wisely in terms of collaboration. In fact, you see, we all have our courses, undergraduate courses. So those days, I used to teach evidence law. So what I do, I give the assignment to student by way of article writing. Assignment by way of article writing, because assignments also is a research, but you can ask them to write in terms of article, guide them throughout the process. So for the assignment, once they submitted in the article form, they will get their marks. But after that, once we finish up marking, then we can read. Once we read, we know these are very good. Then you can take some of that, improve that. Now you are not improving the article from zero. you can improve from maybe 70% or 80% of the article. We improve from that. We add on another 20 or 30%. Then we can invite another colleague also who are expert in the area. Then we can go for publication. There you see, we can go very fast. But other than that, if let's say you want to start from zero, you want to write Dr. Dennis, quite difficult unless you have research assistant. Research assistant, you need to pay. That's also very difficult. So research assistant also must be reliable. But for me, use our available resources, then you can go for publication as well. That's the best way to do that. Is that okay, Dr. Dennis?
Thanks. Thanks for the ideas.
Yeah.
Anyone else who have a question? I have another question. Maybe it's a bit personal.
Yes.
I'm usually in the beginning when I'm starting a new project, I'm very enthusiastic, but I always face problems closing the paper. So you end up writing half a paper and then you get something is stuck somewhere and it takes forever to come around. By then something else happens and then we just like file it away until some years later I said, okay, I need the paper. I just go back and try to finish it out. I think the ideal is we close it as soon as possible, but personally I find that is always a challenge.
Do you have your collaborator, Dr. Dennis? Sometimes I do face this kind of problem. What I do, once I start, I will pass to my collaborator, say that I'm stuck here. Can you look to the paper now? Then I will come back to the paper. Because once you start, when you share the paper to your collaborator, your co-author, they will continue with the paper. Once they come back, then we will have the same, I will have the whole idea. Then maybe on that moment, we know what to do with the paper. I think that's the best way to do it, Dr. Dennis. Because once you stop writing, the paper is very difficult, to come back.
I've done that as well. Difficult. And we need to come back and reread again and again. Why did I stop it here? What was the problem?
It's the best way is actually find your co-author to do it. Yeah.
Regarding collaborators, there are many different types of collaborators. We have collaborators, as you said, senior, junior, and so on. Imagine we are talking about peers. Would collaborating with people who share the same methodology and the same interest in subject area, say for example, I'm interested in copyright and I find collaborators who are also working on copyright, would that work better in your experience than collaborators who are complementary? I have this skill, he has something else.
For me, doctor, both. It depends. If I'm writing article on copyright specifically, so I need those are expert in copyright as well. It can be academics or it can be industry, maybe from MIPO or WIPO, or maybe copyright expert from academic as well. So those are very specific article. But sometimes I do also collaborate with other field simply because I want somebody complement my writing. So what I do, I'm writing on entomology, the use of incest as an evidence in the courtroom. So I'm writing the legal part, but I want someone to write the scientific part of the paper. So I asked my friend Dr. Zuha from UKM, he's actually entomologist. So he complement my writing and I complement his writing. So you see, it can actually work both ways, but depend on the article that we are focusing. If the article is purely in the subject matter, both experts can actually from the same area. But let's say the article actually integrate with another field, better to have another person, because that person affiliation can be very, very significant to your article as well. And we can also penetrate, rather than penetrate the very law journals, you can also penetrate non-law journals because your article is actually interdisciplinary. It's not purely legal research. Is that okay, Dr. Dennis?
Yeah. Okay, I can see that you have a very vast network because you have a hand in many different groups, many collaboration groups. But say, supposing that we are talking about junior scholar who are just starting, and then he recognizes that collaboration is one way to build skill and get publication and so on. rather than having his foot in many different platforms at the same time. Start with one collaboration group. Would like doing a long-termish collaboration. Don't just do one-off paper and that's it. After one paper, or as we do one paper, someone else can spearhead another paper, as you said. And because we start to understand each other's chemistry, we know what each other works and what certain things doesn't work. For example, I don't work very well when someone throws a whole complete paper to me and asks me to read. I work better to have very deep, noisy discussion first. That's just the way I think. Uh, how would you recommend developing a long-term collaboration relationship within a group rather than spawning off to many different groups at the same time? Because that might also be quite dangerous.
True, doctor. Because you see, that's why I mentioned to you, the very basic thing is developing the group in your institution. That's very important. Let's say we are actually work in one institution for, we plan to work, for a longer period. So it's better to establish your group in the institution itself, because easy to communicate, easy to meet up, easy to discuss, easy to write paper. Anything also you can sit and you can settle everything. So you can do that. And although I have quite a number of collaborators, but I do maintain one group. People know all my papers. Mostly my papers, these are few people always be in my group, because we all always collaborate together. So you see, it is important to maintain, like Dr. Dennis said, one specific group. You can collaborate with many people, but that is not for long term. You want to collaborate with 10 groups, meaning that you have to handle 10 groups simultaneously. It's not easy. So what you do, you find your one group first. For example, Miss Asmida, Justin, myself, Dr. Jacob, Dr. Dennis, we all in one group, let's say. We all in one group. So you understand this group first, then you try to discuss, then you collaborate, then you start to write paper. So maybe the seniors, we can start first to write, then we encourage the juniors to write, then after that you come up with your idea, we guide you, then we go for publication. Definitely we can do that. But for that, I think communication is very, very fundamental, Dr. Dennis. Sometimes the problem now is, juniors are not communicating with the seniors are not really communicating with juniors, or sometimes they have different chemistry. It doesn't work in that way. Very simple. You can go and find your collaborator. From that, you can form the group. From that, you can actually start to publish. And it's actually trial and error first. And not every time you can actually work with the group. If you feel that you are not comfortable, don't simply live like that. Tell properly why and how. Maybe you feel that they are very fast, you cannot understand, you cannot work in that group. You don't stress yourself, but you can actually politely tell, and you can go. We have quite a number of research groups where we collaborate first. Initially, we said we cannot. I have some other commitments, so I have to leave. You can do that. But again and again, find your, mainly your research group in your institution. That's very important. If you want to work outside of institution, still can, not an issue. But the easiest way is finding in your institution, because you can easily work. Unless like our university, the KPI is, if you write one paper with 3 authors from the same university, the paper is regarded as one, your KPI is divided into 3. So if that is the case, what you do, you can find collaborators from other institution, because the paper can be regarded as one paper solely for you. That's the way. Okay, Dr. Dennis?
Thank you. Anyone else has a question?
Dr. Rama?
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ms.
Vanija
Vanija.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, after so long, sir, I'm meeting you here. All right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Doctor, I got one question. Seems myself from a different discipline, and from a digital marketing and also business management, and also certified for MPU subjects.
Yeah.
Again, your field in Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Kebangsaan, and so on. So if in that different disciplinary, do I can reconnect back to write a journal publication with you, sir?
Yeah, Vanaja, Miss Vanaja, it's like this. I think I have experience of publishing article, I think with you and also other people from non-law background. Because it depends on the subject matter. Let's say you want to publish on Malay language. Malay language, you can write about the general aspect. I can write on the legal aspect of the Malay language, particularly the provision of law, how the provision impact the status of Malay language. We can always write like that, Vanaja. It's not an issue. But it's
Okay, sir.
always depend on the topic and to what extent we agree to collaborate in the topic. And we can also invite other people who are expert in other aspect can also join and publish.
Yes, sure, doctor. Sure.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you,
doctor.
Manager. Yeah, thank you.
Soon we'll be coming to join you, doctor.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ms. Vanessa.
All right. Thank you, doctor.
We can take maybe one or two more questions. What about our colleagues from
Hi.
MMU?
Oh, there's another one, yeah.
Hi.
Fatini, yes, Fatini, Miss Fatini.
Yeah, sorry, I cannot open my video.
It's okay.
But I have question like from the new generations of a new as a new lecturers, like how do you approach someone, especially for senior, someone who already senior in the academician? Like sometimes we feel kind of intimidating to approach them, or sometimes we also feel we are not good enough to asking to collab with them. So how do you, any tips how to approach them?
Yeah. Okay, Fatini, it's like this, Fatini. There are two ways, but different people have different way, right? Okay, number one, yeah, some will actually, yeah, their style is, I don't care. I will go and approach. That's one style. Go and directly approach. In fact, some of the very prominent seniors, say senior academics, they will go and directly approach anyone. In fact, in order to get research fund, Fatini, we always go and meet people, say that, can you give us research fund? Regardless whether they know us or not, that's one thing. But another way is you try to mingle around with people first. If let's say you want to collaborate with one of the seniors in your institution, try to observe the person, look to the person, then go and greet the person, then get to know, and after that, slowly, fix appointment. Can I discuss something with you? Then you go and tell the person, oh, actually, I have idea of writing article, but I don't know how. Normally, seniors, they will offer themselves. Okay, fine. No need to worry. I will help you in this matter. If they actually mention like that, grab the opportunity, Fatini. That's the best way to do it. Observe the seniors first, then you can know how to address the people. Yeah, that's easiest way. But don't observe for 1 month, 1 month or 2 months, 3 months. You are taking too much of time. You observe 2 or 3 times. Later, you go and approach the person. That's the easiest way, Fatini. Clear?
Clear. Thank you.
Prof.
Yes.
I have another way. Just ask them out for theta rate.
Can also. That's why I say mingle around with them also. The very basic. That's why you see seniors all are speaking now. You ask for teh tarik, come go and drink coffee. Jom have teh tarik. Later they know that you are interested with them. Then they will start to collaborate. Another way, Fatini, just observe, then go and meet the senior saying that, oh, I don't know what to do actually. I want to write article, but can you guide me? Just ask like that. They will respond to you. Should be okay.
Okay. All right.
Learn from mistake, Fatini. It's not an issue.
All right.
We did that actually. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
Dr. Rama, sir,
Yes.
I got a suggestion, sir. Since
Yes.
I agreed with Miss Fatini, okay, actually we will have the nervous, especially the juniors, because we want to mingle with the seniors and so on. So why don't seems sir already started this publication collaborative, right? So maybe we can have a WhatsApp group. So from there we can know each other, and whoever interested in their subject field, they can publish, right? Is it
Thank you,
possible?
Miss Vaneja. Thank you. You see, collaboration works in many ways, you see. Collaboration, not necessarily senior, junior collaboration. Vaneja and Fatini can collaborate as well. Those have a similar interest. That's number one. But let's say now you feel that it's very difficult for you to start since you all are juniors. So your idea is very good, Vaneja, but it's always depend on the organizer. But I do have my research WhatsApp group. particularly number one, with my previous students. Those who have completed PhD under my supervision, they are still in my group, but in different group, not my under supervision group, but they are under my research and publication group. I do have one group in that, in which we collaborate. I will put some title. I said, I want to write this article. Do you interested? If you are interested, then come and join. That's one way of doing that. I do agree with you, Vanaja. Huh? That's also one of the way to do that. But it's always, for this particular webinar, it's always depend on the organizer. Yeah, but you see, but different people have different area of interest. If you know them, it's very easy to write, Vanaja. That's very important. Now you see there are quite a number of people here. Dr. Sheila is here, Kaiji is here, Lai is here, Hao Su Cheng is here. Maybe those have different interests, and we are not sure whether they want to collaborate or not. And in order to write together, chemistry must work, Vanaja. As I mentioned to you, I know you, definitely I can work with you. I know Miss Amida, I know Miss Asmida, then I know I can work with Miss Asmida. I know Fatini, I can work with Fatini. I know Sharina, I can work with Sharina. But regardless the others, you must know each other as well in order to write. That's why collaboration with people, you said you just email with them, you want to write. It doesn't work like that, as simple as you think. Building up networking, yes. But after that, in order to go for publication, you want to write together, research together, it will take time. You must build your rapport first. But thank you for the suggestion as well, Manager. Thank you.
Okay, Doctor.
Thank you.
Any other questions, suggestions, feedback? Previously in my university, in my previous university, we always have a last Friday. So the last Friday evening, they have a cheese and biscuits session where all postgraduate students, all staff will just come down to the office and meet up and say, how are you? Oh, you're still alive, you're still around. Unfortunately, nowadays we tend to be doing everything online. We rarely have meetings. We send messages to each other only. We don't even see people.
True, Dr. Dennis. Because you see, Dr. Dennis, I do agree with you. We normally mingle around with people while we are having our coffee, our tea. You see, that's I think, mainly the time that we spend with people. In fact, in my previous university, we have always session with seniors and juniors together. Maybe today coffee with Dr. Dennis, tomorrow coffee with Dr. Sheila, next week coffee with Miss Asmida, another week coffee with Dr. Rama. So the juniors, when have coffee with us, we can mingle around, discuss how to go about life, what to do next. So they will get motivated. They will start to know each other. From that, I think it can actually build up, the relationship. And from that, I think you can work with people. That's also best way, Dr. Dennis. I think we must go for that practice as well. Invite the juniors for coffee. We can start first. The seniors, we can start first.
Yeah, we need to have more physical interaction because I like going to conferences because of physical interaction. In fact, the most productive part is not just the presentation, it's actually the tea session.
True.
And the night dinners, and we sit to someone and get to know someone better. Unfortunately, I think we don't do enough of that. We have not developed such a culture to interact physically and just meet each other and say, what are you working on? Oh, I read the latest papers and it was a very good paper and so on. Talk research when we meet each other.
True, Dr. Dennis. I think we must actually build up this culture as well. Yeah, we need this culture. You see, recently I have a research grant. I already included 2 young academics from MMU in my research team, simply because I want them to actually come and meet people. Yeah, we can also invite them to our research workshop. Yeah, ask the young lecturers to be part of the research workshop. Maybe you are not researcher now. Maybe you can come as research assistant or what, just to actually mingle around with people. Come and mingle around. Do some work, get to know people, mingle around. Yeah, I think that's the best way. That's why now, when we are moving out to meet people, I said juniors must also come together. Yeah, that's very, very important. I think I do agree with you. Conferences physically, that's also can build up networking. Maybe we can start with us, Dr. Dennis. Maybe after the Raya Haji break, maybe I can offer one coffee break, tea time treat for the youngsters. Maybe mingle around with us. Maybe separate session also can. We can do that.
We can just send out a post that says, oh, I want to I'm going to meet up anyone who is free for talk about research to one of the nearby Teh Tarik, and whoever is interested at 5 o'clock,
True.
just come along.
True.
And you order your own Teh Tarik, and then we just sit there and just talk.
Can do also, Dr. Dennis. I think that's a good idea. If people are interested, why not? I think. I think seniors are here to actually to assist you. I think we will do our part. Because I've spoken to quite a number of seniors in our faculty, I think everyone is ready to assist the juniors as well. We are ready to actually do many things for the faculty, for the universities. I think if we all join us together, I think we can actually show the difference in 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, great. I'm not too worried about the sharing of the points, because I believe that if you have got the right mechanism, right chemistry, we are going to do more than one paper a year on average.
True. Agree.
Okay, time is coming up to 6:23, coming near to 6:30. We can have a last question if there is anyone who wants to ask the last question. Miss Asmita, she has been helping and been deputy dean for research for many years.
Thank you, Dr. Dennis. So far, I don't have any question. It's very clear. Thanks, Dr. Rama. Looking forward to be working. What do you call this? Perhaps writing an article with you, Prof.
Sure, Miss Asmita. Those have problem with the article, please come and meet me. I have quite a number of my students' article with me. I need you to actually look through, edit, and then we can improve, then we can publish. Come and meet me. I will give it to you. You can start from there. You don't have to start from scratch. Come, not an issue.
Okay, thanks everyone. So that concludes our webinar today, and thank you very much again to Prof. Rama and